Hey, we're here in Elkmont. You can see there, I'm going to go through the back half of the campgrounds here and show you the best ones that you should stay at. This is across the bridge. If you stayed here and this part wasn't open, it's only open in the summer. The G part, which we'll go through first, is open in late spring and part of the fall. The campground is closed in the winter, but it's my favorite campground. Check that out. Here in the Great Smoky Mountains. Check out my earlier video when I went through the first half, A through F, and I go through the best campsites there. Ooh, look at that. Gotta love that. Now, some people are tubing today, but I'll just tell you, you can see it's not very deep, so keep your butt up because you'll get hit by rocks and get a pretty bad bruise on your butt. And we will first take a look at G and H, and then we'll go down and look at J and N. This part opens up a little bit earlier. There's some decent campsites down here that I'll show to you. And if you want to get, I'll leave a link to the site where you can reserve everything, but if you want to get something on the water, you need to reserve it like pretty early in advance. But if not, if you don't really care, a lot of times I'll reserve them like almost the same day. Depends on how busy they are. I live about an hour away from here, so I'll just look at the weather and determine if I want to go out here for a day or two. And it's you can still do that because a lot of times there's still, well, during the week, especially in the summer, there'll be some sites available. And it's just nice. This campground's so nice because it's got water running through it like all over the place. But some of them campsites like this one over here, see, it's away from the water. And what I do like about this campsite compared to like Cade's Cove, it's more spread out. So if you like your privacy and you want something more spread out, there's plenty of little campsites like that here. And the water works out really well. If you snore loud like me, I'll get one on the water. I won't disturb anybody. So, but check this out, man. I mean, there's not really a bad site here. I mean, there's a couple that are kind of on top of each other, but the majority of the sites are awesome. I'll go over a few things here. You're not supposed to bring in firewood from outside the park. The firewood is expensive for a bundle. It's like $9 or $10 something, and the ice I think is $6, so it gets kind of expensive. But you can get firewood that has the symbol on it that it's been heat treated or whatever, and that wood is okay. So just keep that in mind. I buy my wood outside the park, and it has the symbol on it and everything. So that's what it is. In 2023, we got G1 first site here. Now, all these sites do have just a tent pad. You're not supposed to be off the tent pad. I've seen people do it before, but a picnic table and a fire ring. This right here is a handicap spot. I don't know if you can see it, but it has a more off the ground fire ring. They all have that little grill. I'll walk into one here in a second so you can see that little grill grate that goes over it. So if you want to cook something, you could do that straight on the fire. So we're walking through the G loop here. That was G2, G3. Go in order here. There are no showers here. You can bring campers. There's no electrical or water hookups, so keep that in mind. It's a basic bathroom here. Generally have 2 stalls and a urinal. Sometimes there's only 1 stall and a urinal for the guys, but water fountain, and there's a place to do dishes on the back side of this. I'll show you that here in a second. G5. Now these spots are right on the water. If I find somebody that hadn't checked in yet, I'll show you just what they look like. This one's a great spot. That was G6, I think. Was that G6? Let me go back and look. Make sure. No, G5. Yeah, G5. So this one's really good if you want to be close to the bathroom. G5 would be good, right close to the water. You might want to get a pencil and paper out. On the website, they do have like pictures of everything, but I thought it's just better to see it in video. G7 is another great spot right there. G7, and most of them have the a hookup for if you want to hang a lantern or anything like that. G9, I've stayed in this one before. It's pretty good. So if you got a group, you could get two campsites. It only went at $30. It went up $5, but 2 sites right next to each other, right there on the water. I don't know if you can see that. There's some kids playing in the water. There's really right. Continuing on, we got G12 right here. And when I came up today, it said the campground was full. That was from yesterday. I think there's still a couple of spots available. Check-in is at 1, but I usually get here, since I'm close, I get here like 11, and most people are usually gone. If they're not, Ranger will tell you if they're still there, they have until 1 to get out. So they'd just go on a hike or something. Never had that happen. I always get here around 11, and I'm fine. Most people, when they're ready to check out, they're ready to check out, and they leave fairly early. Now, go down through here. Can't remember what site that is. We'll go back here and look. This one's nice because you don't have anybody on this other side. Look at the site number here, and I'll let you know. This is G14. I'd probably stay here if I wanted to, because the site next to it is kind of far away. Kind of like being isolated, but if you like meeting new friends and whatnot, might want to get one of these closer to people. But it's kind of nice because you meet a lot of different people, because the Great Smoky Mountains gets so many tourists from other countries and whatnot. I've met several people from other countries. We had stayed up late around the campfire, had a couple of drinks, and it was a blast. I met somebody from Holland last time, and talked with them for about an hour before I went to bed, and met people from Colombia. Trying to think of where all. Some people from Germany. Anyway, see here in the middle, these are the sites that I don't necessarily like, but when everything else fills up close to the water, you'll get these. Like this is G16, but it's close to the bathroom if you want to be close to the bathroom. So now we're switching over from G to H. H1 right here. Check that out. These are all great sites right here that on the water as well. And you're kind of at the end of the campground, so these ones in the middle are kind of separated as well. H3. I've never seen that. Somebody rented a U-Haul for they must be doing a long trip. See if we can see their license plate, where they're from. There's G5 on this one. These are all on the water. They're from Alabama. I don't know. They got a lot of stuff. Big tarp. Like I said, I looked at the weather and it's not supposed to rain. H6, you might like this one because this is at the end of the campground. We do have a little official vehicles only, but this one's kind of, you don't have anybody on the side there. And I'll walk up here. This is and just show you what is included in basically every campsite. And they're all pretty much the same. Might be slight differences. You've got a camp pad right here. You're not supposed to be off the camp pad, but you can put 2 smaller tents or 1 huge tent. But you'll see people have them off the tent site. I don't think they raise a stink about that or anything. But there's this is what your basic fire ring looks like. You know, like I said, it has a grill or grid on top, so you can cook some steaks, chicken, hot dogs, hamburgers, or whatever. And then you just have a place to put a lantern if you need. And all these are big enough to have, you know, 2 cars or a trailer, a camper, whatever. Just no electrical or water hookups. I'll show you the back side of the bathroom here in a second. And this is for the campground hosts, I guess. Show you what you get here if you're going to be a campground host. And it does look like it has electrical over there, but and water. I guess if you're a campground host, you might get that. It's got a pump, like well water or whatever, and electrical hookup. I did not know that. And you also have a additional grill. I stayed here last week. Somebody left a bunch of firewood for the next person, and of course somebody came by and got it all. So that's what a host campsite looks like. I'm not sure how you arrange that, but if you're into that sort of thing, you might want to Google it or call, or when you're at the visitors center, check that out. H8, these are off the water. Water's back there about 50 yards or so. Same setup here. Nice, you got the woods in the back. And H9 here. So this is the G&H. Well, I think I'll have to separate these into 2 different videos just because it's so long. I'll probably do that. But let me show you what the bathroom looks like right real quick. I told you they had a dishwashing station, and there's no hot water in this dishwashing station, so don't think that there is. You might want to boil a little water on the fire if you need to really get in there and clean those dishes good. This is what it looks like. Got a slight spot to put some pans up, and that is it. You might ask, are there bears here? Yeah, there's bears. I just had, when I checked in, I've only seen 1 bear here. I'll probably stay here 40 plus times. I just saw a bear on the trail, but they are around here. I think they're more prevalent in Cades Cove. When I checked in, the ranger said they had somebody this weekend that left their cooler out and the bear got into it. So yeah, keep everything locked up in your car, nice and tidy. They do have dumpsters all around that are bear proof, so just I'll just show you how to do this because I've ran into people that know they've never camped before. So it's like this, and you put your hand in here and pull it up. There's like, you just push it in and it lifts up. So that's bear proof trash can there. Remember, this isn't open all the time, but in the summer it will be open. Late spring it will be open, and part of the fall it will be open. And this next loop coming up that I'm going to show you is only open in the summertime. And of course that person did have a generator, and I'm not sure, like there's on in Cades Cove there's generator free zones, so I'm not sure what is generator free, but you can check out the site that I listed below and it will tell you which sites or loops are generator free. If you don't like to hear that or you need that. It's a nice little site. Which one's this? This one's like set back. Got a little hill behind you. This is G23 if you like this site. Seems like a nice site. You've got large distance between everybody on the side. You've got the bathroom across from it. You've got a close garbage right there. I would recommend being away from the garbage, especially if you're a late sleeper, because a lot of people get up, or if you go to bed early, a lot of people will be dumping their trash, and that thing clanks, kind of keep you up or wake you up, either way. G24. Only 2 sites to remain, so this is a pretty small loop, but it does have some really good spots in it. And these ones on the backside, even though they don't have the water, I mean, they're spread out and they're peaceful. I mean, you got the woods and everything behind them. G25. It's a nice site. And the last site, thanks everybody for watching. I'll be doing the next loop that's only open in the summertime next. So check out the link below if you want to reserve these sites. If you want something close to the water, you might want to reserve it a little bit early, but some of these other sites are available most of the time during the week. G26 right here. So stay tuned for the next one. We've got J through N coming up, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.